That's not the issue. A Dvar Torah for Parashat Matot. Have you ever attended a lecture that discussed a particular topic, but found it challenging to listen because you felt it dealt with the wrong question? That was my feeling when I read the commentators on the opening of Parashat Matot. The vast majority of traditional commentators have tried to understand why the laws of vows need to be taught specifically to the chiefs of tribes. Rashi said that the goal was to pay homage to them. Ibn Ezra thinks it's due to the Midianite war and the Bnei Gad and Bnei Reuven affair. Chizkuni claims that Moshe wanted to appeal to those who have power to enforce proper behavior among the people. All these answers make sense, but they answer the wrong question. I believe the question shouldn't be why they're turning to the chiefs now, but where have the chiefs been until now? Let me explain. The book of Bamidbar opens by naming a bunch of officials. In addition to Moshe and Aharon, each tribe has a head of house who's supposed to count and command the members of his tribe according to their duties. At the beginning of the book, the concept of Rosh, Nasi, and Mateh are repeated disproportionately to the rest of Tanakh, and a significant effort is put into emphasizing their importance on the journey and their role in preparing for the entry into the land. The Nesim are in charge of the census, the heads of the tribe of Levi are in charge of the Mishkan, and the Nesim bring a special sacrifice every day when a spotlight shines on another individual Nasi, despite the endless repetition. The Nesim even have a special call of their own on the trumpets that tell Bnei Yisrael it's time to move, and then they suddenly disappear, as if swallowed by the earth, something which does happen to other people. The first solution to pop into my head was that from the moment that the children of Israel were destined to remain in the wilderness for 40 years, there was no longer a need to cultivate secondary leadership. They can easily return to Moshe's solitary leadership. The problem is that the timing doesn't work. The decree that they would all die and roam the desert for 40 years is given after Parashat HaMeraglim in Perek Yud Daled. But Moshe seeks alternative Nesim in the form of the 70 elders as early as Perek Yud Aleph, after Chet HaMitonenim, and in the form of the spies themselves when he sent Nasi Bahem. Where are the tribe Nesim? Even towards the end of the book, when an attempt is made to revive the role of the tribe chiefs, their presentation lacks order. Perek Vav has a population census that's similar enough to the census at the beginning of the book for commentators to compare the two. The absence of the tribe chiefs, however, is noticeable. Tzlofchad's daughters, who come to ask for a plot of land, Perek Zayin, stand before Moshe, Elazar, and the Nesi'im, but we still have no idea who they are. The phenomenon repeats itself when Moshe speaks to the nameless tribe leaders when they're teaching the laws of the vows during the war with Midian that was led by Sarei Alafim and not by the Nesim, when Bnei Gad and Bnei Reuven appealed to Moshe, Elazar, and still the nameless tribe leaders, and in the commandment to conquer and divide the land of Israel. Only at the end of Perek Lamed Daled, almost as an afterthought, does the Torah reveal to us the names of the 12 Nesim who will help Elazar and Yoshua divide the land. I have no conclusive evidence for what I'm about to say, but it seems to me that the opposite order of things is trying to teach us something about the nature of leadership. The tribe chiefs, from the beginning of Bamidbar, were chosen with lots of fanfare, with no reason given by the Torah for their election. But when push comes to shove, Moshe still feels that he's carrying the people on his own, with no evidence from the Torah that the noisy election bore any fruit. Lo bera'ash Hashem. The end of the book is different. The Nesim play a role in all of the affairs we've just mentioned, even before we know their identities. They're significant before they're famous. In my opinion, this is why there's a chance that they'll continue to be significant after the Torah publishes their name at the very end as well. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and leave a comment. I am Jovi Holtz, one who loves Tanakh.